and I just love her to bits. She's shared her story with me, and those who have actually been following the growth of the New African Woman magazine, you've read her story. She is an amazing woman, an inspirational speaker. Okay, I'll let her speak for herself. Eryca, come here. Come on, darling.
Oh, you want to use a lectern?
Yeah, can I use this? Can you hear me? No.
You need to lean.
I like to be different.
Take it away, Eryca.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. First and foremost, thank you very much for coming. Have you enjoyed yourselves?
Yes.
Are you enjoying yourselves?
Yes.
I hope you will continue to enjoy yourselves. Yes, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Eryca Freemantle. And I'm going to share my story, my 35 years in business with you in the next 5 minutes. Virtually impossible, but anything that can be done, I can do it. Who is Eryca Freemantle? Eryca Freemantle is the very proud daughter of Ashman and Sarah Freemantle. I have 5 brothers, I'm the only girl, well, woman. How I got, for those of you that don't know, I'm an international celebrity makeup artist. I'm a brand consultant, I'm an industry intelligence, and I'm a well-being fitness guru. How did I get into the industry? When I was 4 years old at school, I was extremely bullied. I was told that I would never amount to anything. I was told I was extremely ugly, and I was told that I was black, I looked like a bullfrog. All the things that little children are told, but it stayed with me, and it continued to stay with me. And unfortunately, it got to the stage where I fell into that self-fulfilling prophecy. I believed it. And unfortunately for me, those same bullies came to my secondary school, so it became a way of life. So from the age of 4 until now, just in the last few years, I was in prison. Now, I was told I was ugly, I'd never amount to anything, I was spat upon at school, I was kicked in the face, I was abused in every which way. From the age of 4 years old, I was suffering from depression. Didn't know what depression was, however, I knew I was always sad. But when I was at home with my family, I was always smiling. So from the age of 4, I had a double life. Didn't know why, didn't know what it was, but I had a double life. Then unfortunately, in my early 20s, I got involved in a major car accident. This accident, I lost all of my hair. I was left with over 200 scars on my face and a near amputation of my left leg. I was told that I'd never be able to walk again, and obviously my hair's never grown back, but it doesn't matter, that's another story. Hence why I have to lean on this. It's not that I'm trying to be difficult, it's just that I can't stand without holding on to anything. So how did I get into makeup? I had over 200 scars on my face. I couldn't look at myself. Don't forget, I was told I was ugly. I'd never amount to anything. And when they did take the bandages off my face, oh my God, what I saw was absolutely, it reinforced everything. So for me, I spent 3 years as a prisoner in my own home, wouldn't leave the house. Then I decided that I had to live some sort of life. So I then experimented with a little bit of mud and a little bit of my mother's foundation. And then that was the beginning of my career. I mixed mud and a very light foundation together, put it on my face, and I created my own foundation. But the only thing about that is that if you know anything about mud, it dries and it cracks. So my lifespan in the real world was only about 2 hours long. But it was good to get out of prison for 2 hours. So that was my first experience with makeup. I then went on to a makeup school where I did a makeup course, and I passed with distinctions. Thank you. But one of the things I forgot to tell you, which is very, very relevant, I think I've got about 3 minutes, is that while I was being bullied at school, what I didn't share with my family was that I wasn't able to read or write. what I did do was ad-lib my way through life. I laughed and joked and I begged people to be my friend. The reason why I'm telling you all of this is about empowerment. This is for young girls. This is what we go through, especially those of us that have daughters. Some of you my age, I'm approaching my 50s now, you may have experienced some of these things too, but we don't talk about it. Depression is something that we walk with, we live with, we don't talk about, and it's lived with me and it will never ever leave me, but I've learned how to embrace it and make it become my friend. So anyway, so I got involved in this car accident, as I said. I then did the makeup, and then I found that I was quite good at makeup once I passed with my distinctions, quite good at applying. So, but then I found that every other black woman that I knew had a scar. Whether it be a little bump or a little mark or a little scar, we all had something, some sort of disfigurement that we didn't like. So I said, how do I turn that into a business? I then decided to get involved in corrective makeup artistry. And I started working with a lot of pharmaceutical companies, and a lot of the makeup ranges that you see on the shelves, they've actually been designed by myself. I don't get the recognition, but that's fine. As long as I'm empowering women, that's the most important thing to me. Very quickly, I'm going to go on to this more tomorrow. I then, because of my accident, I was very, very insecure, and I was insecure for a very long time. But I knew that I was quite creative, and I knew I had a story to tell, and I could only tell that story by using my brushes. I heard that. I then got approached by the British government, and they heard about my story and they asked me to be a case study. I became a case study for the British government, and I went to Ghana, I went to Nigeria, I went to South Africa, and I went to Gambia. This is the little girl at the school that was told that she'd never amount to anything, that she was ugly and that, you know, was bullied all of her life. I then went to Nigeria and worked with the First Lady, 13 First Ladies. I met with President Zuma to do an empowerment program. I met with Obi Asika of, thank you, of Storm Record, who has now become a very good friend of mine in Nigeria. And I'm now in the middle of talking with Ghana about achieving and do my own TV show on the well-being of women. Very quickly, my last minute and a half, is being an industry expert and knowing everything there is to know about makeup and the power of makeup, and don't ever underestimate the power of makeup. And for those of you that say that I don't wear makeup, anything that you were not born with is a form of makeup. So whether it be moisturizer or shampoo, it makes you feel good, which gives you that well-being, that gives you that fantastic feeling. The industry, the mainstream industry in the UK, have just woken up to the emerging markets and just realized that women of color exist. We are the biggest spenders. We spend 6 times on makeup more than anybody else. But because we're about to hit a double-dip recession, they're realizing now that money has no color. So what they've done, they've called upon Eryca Freemantle, the industry expert, to be the leader for mainstream to help develop and create makeup brands for the whole wide world. So that's something that I wanted to share with you. And then I want to finalize by saying that I'm a global brand. It was never my intention. I was bullied, as I said, I was ridiculed, and I was told I'd never amount to anything. Anything that you want to achieve in your life, you can achieve it. However, it depends who you have in your corner. If you have people around you that pull you down, you can only but stay down. For you to achieve what you want to achieve in life, you have to be with the leaders. You have to interact with people that are actually doing what you want to do, and don't dream. Because everyone says, I have a dream. Wake up and live that dream. And that's my final. Thank you very much.